Welcome, adventurer, to the Geek English podcast, The Tavern. I am Mr. Oldfire, and here you can practice your English listening skills through topics you love. In every video, we'll dive into familiar and exciting nerdy topics, helping you improve your listening while you enjoy the content. We'll break it down so you can pick up new vocabulary and sharpen your understanding of English. Today is the 7th episode of our series, and we're going to learn about the oldest living creatures in Middle-earth, the Ents. The tree-like creatures that act as shepherds of the forests. So, if you want to practice listening in a fun way, grab a seat at the bar, ask for your hydromel, plug in your earphones, and let's explore the world of nerd culture while learning English.
Alicia, I already chose the theme. Today, we're talking about one of the most ancient and mysterious beings in Middle-earth. The Ents.
Ents? Oh, I know a little. They are giant talking trees, right?
Not exactly. They are tree-like, but they are not trees. They are shepherds of the forest, old and wise.
Shepherds? Do they take care of animals?
No, they take care of the trees. They protect the forests from destruction.
That sounds amazing. Where do they live?
Their home is Fangorn Forest, one of the oldest places in Middle-earth.
Fangorn. Oh, that's where Treebeard lives.
Yes, Treebeard is the oldest Ent. He is also called Fangorn, like the forest.
Is he the leader of the Ents?
More like their guide. Ents don't have kings or rulers. They make decisions together in Entwives.
Entmoot? What's that?
It's a meeting of Ents. They talk and think, but very slowly,
Why slowly?
because Ents live for thousands of years. They are never in a hurry.
That makes sense. What do they talk about in these meetings?
Important things, like protecting their forests. But they only act when they really have to.
Wow! I remember that. They destroyed everything.
Yes, it was a rare moment when Ents went to war.
I never thought trees could fight.
Ents are very strong. When they get angry, nothing can stop them.
That's incredible. I was thinking about something. If the Ents are protectors of the forests, why didn't they stop all the destruction in Middle-earth?
That's a great question. The Ents are incredibly strong, but they are also slow to act. They take their time to think, and that's why they didn't rush into every battle. Also, without the Entwives, their numbers became fewer over time.
Right, you mentioned the Entwives before. So, they just disappeared?
Yes, the Entwives were different from the Ents. They loved order and cultivated lands, while the Ents preferred wild forests. Over time, they moved away and were lost. Treebeard and the other Ents never found them again.
That's sad. Do you think they could still be out there somewhere?
Some believe so. Tolkien never confirmed what happened to them, so it remains a mystery. Treebeard never lost hope, though.
He seems like such a wise and kind leader. Was he the oldest Ent?
Yes, Treebeard was called the oldest living thing in Middle-earth. He had seen ages pass and knew many stories of the world before men and even before some elves. He was incredibly patient but also powerful when provoked.
Speaking of power, the Ents destroyed Isengard so easily. How were they able to do that?
Ents are as strong as trees but can move and fight with the force of a storm. When they finally decided to act, they attacked Saruman's fortress with unstoppable power, breaking stone walls, tearing down towers, and flooding the place. Even Saruman couldn't stop them.
That moment was incredible. But why didn't they help more in the War of the Ring?
The Ents did what they believed was necessary. They didn't take part in battles far from their forests because their mission was to protect nature. After Isengard, they returned to their trees and didn't interfere much more.
I see. They're definitely unique creatures in Tolkien's world. Do we know what happened to them after the war?
Tolkien suggested that the time of the Ents was ending. As the world changed and forests disappeared, the Ents slowly faded from Middle-earth. But, just like the Entwives, maybe they're still out there somewhere.
I'd like to think so. It's fascinating to learn about them. They teach us patience, wisdom, and respect for nature.
Exactly. The Ents remind us that sometimes, slow and careful decisions can be the most powerful.
Well, that was quite the discussion. Ents, older than most, slower than all, and wiser than many. A fascinating folk, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. I had no idea they were so deeply connected to the history of Middle-earth. And their role in the war, truly incredible.
Right? They may take their time, but when they act, they shake the very world. Quite literally, in Isengard's case.
And that's a lesson for us all. Patience and wisdom often win the day. Now then, shall I pour another round? Or are you off to study more mysteries of Middle-earth?
Oh, I'll need a moment to let all of this sink in first.
Me too. But don't worry, Oldfire. We'll be back soon, ready for another great tale.
Sure, the tavern is always open, and the stories never run dry. Until next time. That was our 7th talk in the tavern. What is your thoughts? Share with me in the comments. Day after day, these talks are getting better and better. Well, if you feel like you exercise your listening skills and learn new vocabulary, come back another time. We all will be happy to share more conversations, drink a bit, and spend time together. See you next time.